What's going on, guys? How are we doing today? Today's video, I wanted to go over a couple different things in regards to a Lord Vader. So, first off, I want to give a big shout out to Fatal. Fatal's been doing some really cool testing in GAC and also in Arena against some Lord Vaders. So, I'm going to show like a little snippet of his battle against Arnold in the last GAC. I'm sure you guys have all seen it, right? But that's not the main focus for today. I feel like the main focus is the opposite, the flip side to that, which is Lord Vader himself, and a team that you should probably always set if your opponent loves to use GL Kylo. So let's go over here. Let's go hop into it. So this is it. This was like, let's see, like 30 minutes ago in my GAC stream. This is what I typically use for overkill, okay? To play it safe, I like to use Kylo with the Night Sisters plus Watt plus a tank. So this is overkill in my opinion, okay? And I'm fighting a team that has Thrawn. Typically, a Lord Vader team with Thrawn can pose to be a threat, but it should never stop the counter entirely, okay? The reason why this is so great is because the addition with Thrawn, you have Vader and you have Maul. Those three right there, plus the GL Vader, Lord Vader that is, and the Royal Guard, it makes for one of the best defensive teams currently in GAC, because not only does it stop this, or pretty much if you're not winning, or if you're not rather losing this, but you still win, you're maybe eking it out with like a very low banner win, okay? And that's huge in and of itself for GAC in a defensive team. But also other teams that maybe can stop is a Master Luke. I say that because the same thing. You have a Darth Vader here that can go around taunts with Merciless Massacre and can snipe some guys. You have the debuffs running, rampant. Plus you have a Thrawn's Fracture. It's all there. It's very deadly. I would very much say that the only counter to a team like this, to feel very confident with doing, would be JMK. So again, this is the team. Let's go into it. I just want to give you a bit of a brief background on this right now. So off the bat, I always do this. I haven't really changed my strategy much. I do the swipe first. I cleanse the debuffs, give the tech out to Kylo, give the second tech out to my Daka. So then after that, at this point, the Maul will have had 5 stacks of his I forget, it's Anguish, whatever the whole thing is over at the debuff, okay? He has 5 of those, so we can go around taunts. He hits my Daka first, means that I can't really revive off the bat, and then you have that. So I don't quite know if that was RNG with who we tossed on for the Saber toss, but if it's consistent enough to always go for Daka, then that is not a good thing. This is not a reliable counter anymore. So right there is reason one as to why this is not going good right now. When you got 2 off, both going after Daka, which is in the same turn, which is crazy. Not good, okay? And then you have, in terms of turn order, you had Thrawn going before the Vader, which was able to light up the zombie with a fracture, so there was no taunt. And then the Daka goes, or rather, then Vader goes, and then he hits my Daka, which is not good. So, again, this is just dirty, okay? I lost my Watt there. I do another cleanse here in hopes that I would maybe squeak something else out, but it just is not looking good. I apologize for the quality. It's still like uploading in terms of video, so this is very fresh. But yeah, I mean, this is crazy. Vader just doing his Vader things. I have no taunt now. I am rendered useless, guys. Very useless indeed. Another taunt, or another fracture goes off on my GL Kylo. It's just a loss. I don't know. And I'm down there in the corner like, what just happened? I couldn't tell you. So this is such a fat L, guys. I don't think I'd ever trust this myself. And I don't even know like what you can do differently to play it out differently to make it a win. I have no idea. But like, look at this start. So he goes first, then Maul, and then you go. You do a little cleanse or a little dance, whatever. He goes again. And then you can see here, Thrawn does, hang on, it's all a little bit laggy still. But then Vader goes, he tosses down his AoE. So actually right now, turn order does not matter because Vader will do his dots first, and then he goes into Massacre second. So there was really no rhyme or reason as to why you would have to have a specific turn order here, because he's still going to go second, or he's still going to go afterwards. So, I mean, just look at that, guys. It's just so silly. Anyways, that's that, okay? That's number one as to this first part of the video, is that team right there. I don't In my GAC experience, guys, I have never lost to that team before. So if you were wanting a good team on defense, then I would set that probably front wall to maybe force out JMK. I mean, probably I haven't tested yet, but I would maybe consider a JML. JML maybe would have a better shot than a Kylo would there. Besides, the Master Kenobi, Master Luke, I probably don't know what else would work there. Emperor for sure not. A mirror match perhaps, but I feel like your best bet would be a JMK. And that's pulling a lot. It's pretty high quality team for a Lord Vader. Okay, so set that team always. I feel like that's a must have right now in GAC. Next is this fun counter with the Sith Triumvirate plus Talon plus Darth Vader. So in this one we are using. This is Fatal, by the way. This is Fatal's stream against Arnold is a rematch round. So this is a crazy counter, okay? He one-shots this entire Lord Vader team. But the thing with this is I wouldn't say you can just, toss in like all or like whatever you have currently with your current Sith trio. You got to put in a lot of modding. You got to put in a lot of relic levels to make this work, okay? And not even to say like this would work against all of them, because I would maybe beg to differ. This would maybe lose if the guy set Thrawn. If Thrawn was set here, I would say this is a loss, or maybe just, a harder time to get around it. Thrawn is such a key factor to a lot of Lord Vader teams right now in GAC. This team does not have him, but guess what? You can still pull off a nice win. A typical team that you might see a lot often in GAC with Lord Vader on defense is one with like a triple tank plus the Lord Vader plus a Maul. It's a pretty popular one right now. But I feel like a lot of those top-end players that they just know what's like the best to use at that moment in time in GAC, you're going to be seeing a lot more of these Darth Vaders, maybe more of those Thrawns and those Mauls, like the ones I fought today in my GAC I lost to. So you're going to probably be seeing a lot more of those. And, it's just more to keep in mind. There's a lot more to keep in mind here. In this counter, though, there's no Thrawn, so there's not that big worry. But you have to, look at it in the fracture, the TM swap. I mean, Thrawn is really great for this team. He's such a good fit in here. It really is. But yeah. So pretty much in this counter, I don't want to go into it too much. I just kind of want to show it for fun. But, Maul, he's dead already, so you don't have to worry about his big hits. But you just pretty much, with Trey's unique, you can cleanse off these dots, all the debuffs pretty much. And, Sion and Nihilus just go to work. I guess Vader too. Everybody kind of goes to work here. But Nihilus gets like the nice one-shots off on these really annoying tanks. Trey gets a lot of big damage off with the ramping offense based off the debuffs. And then you got Vader here doing the big Vader stuff with like the extra ability blocks, the extra cloying blades, the massacre, all that fun stuff. But yeah, this does work. It's a cool counter. I haven't seen anything like this before. I mean, I've heard of like a 2-shot with this team plus like a Geo or a Night Sisters for cleanup, but I have never seen this like not full clear, but like a solo or like a 1-shot, I haven't seen this before, which is really cool to see. But yeah. Again, I mean, I'm not going to say you can just go ahead and use this like an everyday kind of player. In terms of relics, guys, Fatal has Relic 8 everybody here besides a Relic 9 Scion. So keep that in mind, okay? He has Relic 8 plus Relic 9 on everybody. Not everyone in the game will have that option or availability for those characters for the relics, but definitely is a good use of them if you were to have them, because guess what? You can save another GL for offense or defense, which is huge. So there you go, guys. Good use of them, but I wouldn't say anybody can use this team. It takes a lot of work to make it happen, but it's a cool team, okay? I love this a lot. I think it's fun to see stuff like this going around right now. I haven't seen much of this in terms of a Theorycraft team in like months, maybe even years, so it's cool to see, okay? But yeah, this whole video is kind of centered around Lord Vader again. You have this team here to kill Lord Vader, but you also have a team that you can set on defense with Lord Vader that can do some major work for you. So there you go. You got Trey killing Lord Vader. You got my Kylo losing to a Lord Vader. It's all over the place right now, guys, in terms of Lord Vaders. You hear a lot of people going and saying, guys, Lord Vader sucks on defense. Like he's like one of the worst GLs. No, I would disagree there heavily, because you can just see in these new tests and all this, there are good Lord Vader teams out there. There are. You just might not see them all the time, I would say Lord Vader is not very good if you're sitting those teams that don't have a Thrawn, they don't have a Vader and Maul, like all those teams, you know. There's a lot of them out there, and that's kind of why it's getting that bad rap as a bad defensive team, but like the worst GL perhaps. But, you know, you said the right ones, and you're going to pull some of those good teams. Like in mine, if you throw a Thrawn in there with a Maul or a Vader, you're either going to lose like me for one, or you're going to win but squeak out of the battle with like maybe 3 people alive and very low banners. Okay, so keep in mind with some of that stuff. Anyways, that's it for today. Thanks, guys, for watching. If you guys have any more ideas or insights with everything I just went over for today, let me know down below in the comments. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I will see you later. Peace out and have a good one. Bye, guys.